Well, Majo, John Madden in the same spot. I can't move. Uh, my car for a long time now for a couple weeks now, has needed a jump every time I need to move it. Unless, if it sits more than 2 hours, it needs a jump. But yesterday, I had guys who really knew what they were doing with a big battery. They were an ambulance. I was surprised they did it. Could not get it started. So whatever, it's not the battery because that's new. Whatever is the problem, at least yesterday did not respond even to a jump. Now my cables that we were using are not super industrial strength. They're really pretty good. But one day somebody had better cables and that's what got it going. But so I don't know that I can move. And one of the principles I teach people about being on the road is move, move, move. Don't stay more than a couple days in one spot. And so I just had my second visit from the cops in about a half an hour. And the first one did not stress me out too much. This one kind of did. This guy was definitely not a bad guy. He was a real straight shooter, young guy, maybe 25 or 27. And he talked real straight and he spoke English. He had very good English. He had been in Nashville. That's the place he had, and not Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, Tennessee. So 2 different places in Tennessee. So he had good English. Real straight shooter, and he says, yeah, I can smell that it's not marijuana, but you have to understand there are a lot of rich people here, and that's what I've been identifying. It's a very affluent area here, especially during the week when the weekend visitors have gone home. What's left is people who have a condo here and live here year-round, or it's their second home, and they've come here from somewhere else. So he said, so if a rich person calls our office and says this guy's smoking marijuana because they saw me smoking home-rolled cigarettes, he says, I have to do something about it. If I didn't respond, if I didn't come give you some shit about it, it wouldn't go well. Now, he identified himself as being state police, but when they pulled out, it was the exact same kind of cruiser as the first team. And he seemed not to know that somebody else had, that's happened before where they don't communicate. He seemed not to know I had just had a visit. But he identified himself as being state police, and the cruiser said municipal police, so that was confusing. He said he was a state of Veracruz employee, so I don't know about that. But he said, don't give the appearance, you have to not give the appearance of smoking marijuana. And I said, what, any problem with my juggling? I've been juggling out on the sidewalk. I put my Bolsina speaker up on top of the car and play Shakira, and I juggle wines. He said, no, that's not a problem, you can do that. He said there is the traffic control, which also was true in Tampico and in Jalapa, and they might have a problem. Make sure you don't have a mess around your car, which I really don't. But if they come by, make sure they don't think you're living here. See, this is where it would be really good if I could move. And I think I will try to get somebody else to jump me just to see. See, I just don't have any money for another 6 days. I can't even buy better cables. I'm frustrated. I am frustrated. 2 in a row. The first one didn't stress me out. The second one did. His partner didn't speak English pretty clearly. They also did not check the tags, so that could be a lot worse. He couldn't understand why I'm always poor at the end of the month. It just didn't make sense to him and that I'm here with no family in Mexico, which I don't. I said, and he didn't cop to the whole idea of living in a camper van. That bothered him. Yeah. See, this wouldn't have happened down in the Harbor District or in El Centro, where the people are. This is rich people. And cops in a rich neighborhood know that they're serving the rich people and they have to keep the rich people happy. Louisville, Kentucky, which is an affluent town, the cops very clearly know that their job is to protect the rich from the black and poor people. And the feds are all over them because they are racist, and I know that department well from being there 3 months the summer of 21. So I don't know. I gotta get out of the car. It's blown my beach high. I had a real nice beach high going from an hour on the beach. So I better get back on the beach. That'll help me. And I explained to him, the guy, the manager of the restaurant over there is a buddy of mine, and he is at this point. But that didn't mean anything to either of them, really. Yeah. So I better get back on the beach because I'm frustrated and mad.